Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here with you today. I am super excited because I am 1 week away from attending an event that I was so excited to be a part of. I have accepted, I have, been planning for this event. Basically, I'm going to Coastal Carolina University to be part of a panel of educators that have transitioned from the classroom. And, it's been maybe 8 or 9 years. I have to do the math later, but it's been almost a decade since I was in the classroom as a fourth grade and fifth grade teacher. So I feel excited, but I also feel a lot of emotions. It took a lot of personal reflection and a lot of, thought, and my decision to leave the classroom was a big one. I wanted to be one of those teachers that would, be in their classroom for years and years, and I imagined myself, doing it for a long time. And so now that, I've transitioned, I can now provide some insight and maybe some advice for future educators that are, you know, just barely starting their journey as teachers. And I hope to bring them some good advice, some incredible insight into what I went through, but also encouragement, because I know it's a tough profession to go into. And yeah, so in saying this, I also want to share some of the process of what I want to do for selling my books in person. I've never done it before. This is the first time that I would be doing this. So I'm nervous about it. I think I've prepared enough to get the essentials and I only hope to grow from here. So I wanted to take you on that journey and kind of tell you what I thought of when coming up with a booth that I could present in front of others in order to sell some of my books. So if you're interested in that, then just keep watching. So, like I was saying before, I am preparing my booth in order to sell some books. And so, one of the first things that I did was basically place an order on Amazon for author copies. So I was able to purchase a few copies of each of my books. And when you do that, when you do it through Amazon, you do have to, I guess you expect, you have to expect it to be a while, because it's not like when you get your Amazon Prime that kicks in when you have an order. If you have Amazon Prime, it takes them a couple of weeks to print out your copy. And so I knew, a month ahead of this time, this scheduled event time. So I told myself, okay, let me go ahead and put the order in, and in about 2 weeks or so, I should be receiving the copies. So I do have them here. I can show you my copies. One second. All right, here they are. They're very heavy, and yeah, so I've got a few of each copy. I figured that if, people wanted to buy more than this, then I could just give my business card with my QR code, and they could buy it, offline or online. They could buy it online and get it through Amazon Prime, or if they want to do it through Walmart or Barnes and Noble, they could do that too. But yeah, I have a small batch here that I'm planning to have there at my table, my booth. I also, in preparing for selling these books, I was able to get a copy of my my PayPal QR codes. So basically, I was able to create on PayPal a QR code for each book title, and each QR code has a specific amount. So, for example, my student activity book is $11.99 plus tax. My daily planner, my Doodle and Plan daily planner is $13.99 plus tax. And the Doodle and Plan lesson planner is $15.99 plus tax. So I created these copies, I laminated them, and then I hope to post them on the table somehow, either laying down or on an easel, which I do have a couple of easels coming today. There's also a couple of sales flyers that I created on Canva. So this was for my Doodle and Plan teacher planner series. And so the coil bound is found on Lulu. I have them on Amazon in paperback with no coil bound books there, but I have another QR code. My website, I believe this is my link tree, and in a picture, some info. Yeah, so there's that one. And then for my student activity book, I have this. So it gives some inside look, um, page, inside look. Why can't I talk? It basically gives a look inside of the book with some of the pages here. And again, another QR code for more information for my website and a picture of the cover. So these will be posted somewhere around the booth. And I also have my business cards. So I had purchased these business cards through Canva while they were having their Black Friday sale. It was really random. I was already preparing to create business cards, and I was pretty much done. I was just waiting for a good time to purchase them, and I saw that they had that sale going on, and I took advantage and I ordered 100, I believe, 100 business cards. So here's what they look like. They've got the little logo, Estrella Brillante, my slogan, empowering teachers, inspiring students, and then my website, which is my name. And then on the back, I've got the QR code to take them to my link tree. And yeah, just me there in the clouds with the stars. So I'm going to have plenty of these to, you know, put there probably in the center. I'm imagining that they would be in the center of the table. And so yeah, I'll have those. And what else can I show you? When thinking about the theme, like my business colors, the colors that I've chosen, and I wanted them to stand out, and also I want the table, the booth, to be warm and inviting. So I took a lot of time. I took a lot of thought in imagining what maybe people would enjoy coming up to. And so I had this basket, uh, and I wasn't using it. So I figured, okay, I'm going to use this, and this is going to help me warm up the space. I think it's very inviting to have like this basket, brown, beige combination, along with my colors, which are yellow, like a lilac purple, and some blue. So I figured that these two would stand out because they're both blue, like a blue violet. And so everything else I thought would kind of stay neutral. So these, I think, are the easels. So all of these are Etsy shop purchases. Let's see what's inside. Oh, they were 4 inches, I believe, 4 inches tall. So it says medium stand base. Okay, so 4-inch high wire stand. Nice. So I'm thinking that these would be really good for maybe a couple of the books or some of my sales flyers. I think they'll pop. And I have a tablecloth that I want to take that is similar to this. It's a beige color. If that doesn't come in time, then I'll have to take this gray one. But yeah, so far so good. I think they're really cute. I love the this twisted look to them. It makes them unique and stand out. And that's what I want. I want everything to stand out on the table. So, okay, so that's awesome. So we've got those stands. Let's see what is in here. Let's see what it is. I think it's a bowl. Okay, so I love crystals, I love minerals, I love all of that stuff. So I wanted to integrate that into the table setting. And so I found this little bowl, and it's Mexican onyx. Let's see, this one's harder to get into. I put it in a FedEx bag. And I'll be sure to post the Etsy store, the links to these items, their Etsy stores. Oh, nice. Okay, so this is the one I got. They give you a random one, so you don't get to choose, but I think it's so beautiful. I was thinking that maybe I could display some of the business cards kind of, like a circular way so people could just grab them and take them. I love this, I believe it's calcite, and it's Mexican onyx. So I read that it kind of helps with inner strength, and I think it takes a lot of strength and a lot of confidence to put yourself out there and to sell your books, any creations that you work so hard on. So I figured it would be a nice inviting way for people to grab a business card from me. Yay! And then when I'm not using it, and for that purpose, I could probably use it next to my bed to add some jewelry. It's a nice little trinket dish. So it's beautiful. Okay, so we've got these right here. The next one, let's see where I can cut it. I think this is this seam. Okay. This is something else. Another crystal package. Okay, ooh, they have their business card. Hello, Posh. Nice. Okay. Let's see what's inside. Put this to the side. Okay, so I was also thinking of having a display. I don't know. So it'll get used for something special, but oh, nice. Look at this. Oh, it's an amethyst stone, which goes along with this purple light lilac color. So it's really special. So I can just place my business card like vertically. I have vertical business cards, so I'll do that and it should look really nice on the table here. Like have the business card standing and then some business cards here for people to take. So that's awesome. Let's see. This one, oh, this is like some crystal quartz. So this is also for whatever paper I want to highlight. I can add them here, and they have these cuts right here. They have this slit here, this carving, so I can put whatever I want on display. So maybe off to the side. I love that it has like this. Sometimes in crystals, you'll see this kind of like what do you call this? Like the oxidation. Sometimes they have these little brown yellow areas, but that's fine with me. It's part of it naturally just being exposed, and it kind of goes along with the same color of this bowl, so it's perfectly fine. Let's see this one. This base, nice. Oh, okay, so this one is slightly different, but together it looks really cool. This one has like a gray undertone to it. It has like a hazy coloring to it. So yeah, like a little cloud in the sky. And I wanted these because they kind of remind me of like space and I don't know, space gas. Just the different materials. I mean, this comes from the earth, so I don't know. I thought it was special, and I think it will be very inviting for people to come at least look at the crystal. I think that's awesome. And then, of course, I'll have my books displayed. Yeah, let me go ahead and grab. I'm gonna grab some business cards and some of my flyers to see what they look like. Oh, and I'm gonna take this apart too. So take this off. That. Okay. Let's see if it looks good. Let's try it out. Alright, so I've positioned, kind of spread them out a little bit. So let's try it out. Here are my cards. So I'm going to put one in here and see how it looks. I think that's cute. It stands out, I think, more. If one is standing here, then I could have some just a few spread out that people can take. Okay. Very cute. And then I can have all the extra ones in the basket off to the side, and I can just keep refilling whenever I need to. But yeah, as you see, I was trying to imitate the clouds in my business cards. and you know, the gold, kind of that bright, that shine that comes from stars. So yeah, I think it's coming together. Let's try some of these. So I could put this here. But see now, this one, it doesn't stand up this straight. The top, the bottom is fine. Let me show you a better look. Okay, see, it doesn't stand up as straight as I would have wanted to. You see? So let me try putting it on the crystals and see if they can stand up straight. Yeah, no, they're too heavy. So I'm gonna have to reevaluate reevaluate that. Okay, so I have to choose something else for those. Let me see if I can hold the books up. That, yeah, that looks really good. So these could be used for the actual books, to display the books. So let's see how that's for this one. Okay, nice. I think I might just have to mix the crystal quartz if I don't have anything else that I'm going to use them for. So they're so beautiful. I would love to find a way to use them. I have to think about it a little bit more, but so far the stands are good for the books. I also need to label them for display only. So I'll have to do that in a little bit. But yeah, I would have wanted these to have worked as well. Maybe I could just have a book and that would give it more support. That's a good idea. I could just have one of the books on the easels and then just prop up this in front of it. I will just do that. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Okay, so I just need to bring an extra book to help them stand up a little bit straighter. So cute. Okay, so this is my idea for, I guess, the front. That way, off to the sides, I'm still waiting on some book display, wooden book displays, so I can actually open the books and people can flip through them. I think they will be arriving today. So if they do, I'll try and record, that. If not, I'll just show you the day of. But yeah, this is really, really cute.
good morning. It's another day. Um, and so this morning I got up early. I'm here, um, about to teach some online classes soon. So I thought that during this waiting time, I would work on this idea that I had, which was to cut out a bunch of these yellow stars in different shades of yellow. Um, and I was thinking of having these stars spread out across the table, so that the pre-service teachers could take a star. Even if they don't buy a book, I still want them to feel inspired and to, go forward in a positive way. And so I'm going to go ahead and write one word on each star, and then I'll flip them probably. Some of them might flip up depending on, if someone's curious, they might flip them. But I want them to kind of be a surprise if possible. So I'm going to write the word, keep it down, and then they can grab a star and um, see what the surprise word is. So I collected a list of words. Some of them I found through ChatGPT, and some of them I've created or thought of. So I'm going to go ahead and write some down.
After moving here, I didn't know whether I was going to be a classroom teacher, if I was going to apply to be a principal, but all I knew is what I had with me, which was all of my teaching materials. So I decided to start a Teachers Pay Teachers account. And I haven't added much to it over the years, but it was like the foundation. It kind of broke me into like the online teaching world. So yeah, I just saw myself being at home and teaching students online. I applied to it's a Chinese-based company called VIP Kid. They are looking for us, like they really want to learn English. In addition to Chinese, they want to learn English, as many languages as possible. And so I was lucky in that I had my own classroom, and I could see I had native and non-native English and Spanish speakers. It was beautiful to see those children communicate with each other. And so I missed that. And so I thought, okay, let's see what happens with this company. And I was with them for 2 years. Their education policy changed. And then I just kind of searched the web. And by that time, COVID was going on, and the boom of like online teaching, like there's so many more online teaching opportunities for us now than there were before COVID. So I encourage you all, even like on the weekend, if you want to earn extra money while you were starting, maybe it may be a little bit too overwhelming the first year because you're kind of getting settled into your positions in your classroom, but start kind of thinking of like, oh, maybe let me try some online teaching. That's worked for me. So you'll have to experiment and see what you like. So yeah.
I have a question. What is like a day in your life like being an online teacher?
Okay. So that's a good question. So, well, I have to get up early anyway because we have to get her ready for school. My daughter's over here. So she gets up early, I get up early, we drop her off. I go to my office, I, get my tea. I'm there for at least a couple of hours talking to students, and then I focus on my business stuff. So my books, social media posts, things like that, promoting things. And so yeah, and then when she comes home, it's like homework time, get ready for bed, let's read, and it goes like that. So it's very casual compared to what it was when I was teaching, where it was like, okay, I still have to get up early, but it's more intense and everything's back to back, and the schedule and the lesson and the small groups and all of that. It's much more. There's more things to do. So I would say now life is a little bit more calm.
Well, I am, super appreciative of this opportunity that I had to speak to young future teachers. And as you saw, there were a lot of deep personal thoughts and feelings that I had that I was able to share. Things that, I typically don't discuss with many people because they're, you know, they may not know what it's like to teach or to prepare to be a teacher. So in this space, I felt very comfortable, and I missed, having that feeling of being around teachers. And it's been a while for me since I was in the classroom in a school having teacher meetings. So yeah, it was nice. It was really nice to connect. Very, very good and very positive. And yeah, it was enjoyable for me. And in addition to that, I was able to showcase my books. I was able to pass out business cards. So I think it was a great evening, and I look forward to doing more in the future. I think there's still a lot for me to keep working on as far as like being vocal and being, just really open. This is what my YouTube channel is supposed to be about. I think it's a form of therapy for me to share bits and pieces and big chunks of my thoughts, my feelings, my voice. And so, yeah, I'm very grateful that you watched until the end. And I would really appreciate if you could make a comment about what you thought you saw in the video, anything that maybe I can answer for you. I I really enjoy doing these videos for myself, for you, and for the world to kind of get to know what it's like to be a teacher beyond the classroom. So I'm so, so, so grateful. Like and subscribe. And yeah, until the next one. Bye.